Hi, Dissonant Reviews here to talk about CD packaging, music packaging, what have you. Um, I love CDs, as you can tell. I have a decent collection. I have around 700 CDs. I consider it to be, besides my two rats that I have, my most prized possession. I've spent a good part of my life, I guess since I was 16 years old, collecting heavy metal CDs, and led me to make a lot of observations about packaging, about labels, about the way things are made, and made me into a very opinionated person about the way these these CDs are made. Uh, Now I collect mainly CDs. I don't really do vinyl. Um, I do have some vinyl, but I prefer CDs. I can consider it the best format. I also have some tapes, mainly tapes that are rare on CD and are relatively cheap to buy on cassette. Um, which actually is pretty much every one of the ones I have too. I have like Cancer, Death Shall Rise. It's pretty rare. I've got um, Nuclear Assault Survive on cassette. And these are ones. Malevolent Creation, Retribution. These CDs are generally on eBay go for 30, 40, $50, and I don't mind that much. That it's a cassette. But anyways, the purpose of this video is about CDs. I love CDs in the CD format, just like the classic CD format. For example, this is the classic CD format. Jewel case CD. Nothing fancy, just standard, and also with with the clear. I don't know if you can see it, but the clear um, jewel case. I don't know, tray. The clear tray. This is my preferred method, and I'm about to tell you why. Okay, so say I have this, my Anhedonist CD. I'm walking out to my car, right? I drop the CD. I'm not going to drop it right now because I actually care about this. But I drop the CD. The, the case breaks. The CD goes rolling down the street. I'm sure, like almost any CD collector, as careful as you are, is bound to drop something sometime. Well, anyways, so the case is all fucked up. And, but you know what? No worries. Because over in my corner, got a stack of replacement ones. Throw a new one on. Looks like brand new. And that's why all of my CDs will always look like they just were bought. Because interchangeable parts. It worked for the automobile industry. It works for the music industry. Now, however, there are one type of CD packaging that I really don't care for. Can you take a guess what it is? Yeah, it's the Digipak. I think the Digipak is one of the uh, worst things that has ever happened to music as a physical release. Um, I think Digipaks are really a bad way to get people to buy CDs, because I think that's why these companies are doing it. Is these kids see the Digipaks and they go, oh well, that's a really cool packaging. I gotta pick that up, and I can relate with that about 7 years ago when I first got into this stuff. But I'll give you a few examples. Okay, let's see here. Here's the first one. This one is Symphony X. This is Paradise Lost, right? Okay. It looks fairly attractive. It's funny, I just noticed this. They put the sticker upside down on the case. I don't really know if that's, maybe I should put it on eBay and be worth, like, $50 or something. But anyways, you open it up and you're like, okay, here's the, still haven't got to the CD. Okay, here's the booklet tucked in here. What the fuck is this? Oh, okay. So let me awkwardly grab for this CD. Yeah, now I have the CD, finally, after dealing with all this bullshit. And these little, I guess they tried to make it like little flames. I don't know. Like, get it? Tribal kind of flames design. Absolute shit. They're really lucky that this wasn't one of my favorite CDs by them, because that would have been destroyed if I had listened to it a whole bunch. Regardless of how much I would try and take care of my CDs, some things are just not meant to last. Another thing I hate about Digipaks is this. See this? Look at that. Look at how thin that is. I mean, really? Like, if I'm going to pay, like, $10. By the way, this is an amazing CD, Decibel Omega's Drought. If I'm going to pay $10, I want more than, 2 pieces of cardboard. And that's really all it is. 2 pieces of cardboard. And you know what? That's great, if you want to do this. But also, we've got this. I don't know what you call this. I guess where you put the CD, right? Well, I don't care what kind of collector you are, but no matter what you do, no matter how well you treat your CDs, this little thing will scratch the bottom of your CD. I mean, I take pristine, I take great condition care of my CDs, and yeah, it's scratched because of the packaging. Let's see here. What else? Some companies even go way overboard, and I have some way overboard examples. It's absolute garbage. This is a Manowar CD, right? It feels like it weighs about 2 pounds. It really does. So you've got this metal casing, right, that not only is all scratched up, but also scratches the cases, because of course this isn't my only CD. So, it scratches the cases beside it because it's made of metal and it's, scratches. And, well, if you can get this out, well, here we go. Here's another Digipak. Leather-bound piece of shit. And you know what? The metal thing has created a scratch. I mean, these are things that a normal consumer wouldn't really give a shit about. They're like, oh, cool, leather-bound, and it's metal. It's totally cool. No, this is garbage, if you ask me. And the only reason I got this version of it is because it was the cheapest one on eBay at the time. But anyways, and it's just, with this is like, why complain? Why complain about something so, you know, so I don't know what the word is, extravagant. Well, I like to change my CDs out in the car, and I don't want to have to fucking, do this juggle game while I'm trying to change out the CD. And that's what this makes. Got a couple more. Here's one. Here's another horrific Digipak design. This is the Sabaton's newest disc. Had to buy it. Had to buy it. Which leads me to another topic about Digipaks that absolutely pisses me off. Say, this is a record company thing. You go to the record store, say, they've got this version, real nice, and they also have the version with just plain jewel case. And this version, what do you know? Bonus tracks. So you're forced to buy this because, well, I really need the Twilight of the Thunder God bonus track. I really need the Amon Amarth cover, and the second CD of Swedish sung songs, same songs, just in a different language. Well, it came with this insert, completely worthless, already bent up whenever I got it. I know it's really, my webcam is not really the best, but it came bent up in the mail. And what do you get inside? You get another Digipak. So there's that. And then you have a book that doesn't fit anywhere at all. So once again, driving down the road, trying to get the CD out, and I'm fumbling around with the case because I can't get it to go in. I can't get it to go in right. And eventually it just looks like shit. That's one of the biggest complaints about Digipaks. That's one of my biggest complaints about special packaging, is that it gets torn up so easily, even if you try and take care of your stuff. It doesn't matter. I have a dissection album that here, let me show you. I'm sorry. I should have had this out. This was the first Digipak I ever bought. Oh, I was psyched when I first got this. So I was like, oh, I got this. This is great, awesome. Well, after a long time of having this, this little plastic thing that holds holds the CD, it fell out. It just fell out, and for the longest time, here I am, always pushing it up until I had to just glue it back on. I just had to glue the motherfucker right back on. And you know what? I wouldn't have to do that if it was just a goddamn jewel case. So, 2 more things, and then my rant will be over. Now, I'm sure a lot of people maybe some people aren't on board with me about the whole Digipak thing. Maybe some people like them, gives it collectability. I can understand that. I'm a huge collector of certain bands, and I will buy the Digipak, just to have it in the collection, to be complete. But I think these things, these little slide out things, are absolutely a waste. They perform no function. I don't even understand it from a distribution standpoint. It makes it so much more difficult. Now, the funny thing about this particular one is, alright, here we go. This is Pagan's Minds, God's Equation, right? Alright, well, here we are. Here we are on the cover with the slipcase. It's like hair over the boobs. Uh-oh, we got boobies in there. Oh, nope, no boobs. So, I guess maybe for censorship purposes, I don't know. But not all special packaging is bad. Not all of it is. I don't mind certain other kinds of special packaging, and one that has came out recently. I'll show you a good example of. Just a second. This is what you would call a super jewel box. Now, if for some reason CD sales started taking off again, and you know, and MP3 sales died off, which I know is not going to happen, this would be what I would like for everything to be replaced with. This is so much more durable than a regular jewel case, and not only that, but you can't just open it up, you know. Like if I was to do that with a jewel case, just a regular jewel case, you know, it would open up, the seed probably fall on the ground. But this is very sturdy, and also the booklet doesn't come out when I shake it because it has these two notches right here that keep it in, and I just feel like it's a better designed packaging for CDs that it's a shame won't take off the way it should because of the decline in CD sales. So I have another one of those with an awesome slipcase. Oh boy, slipcase. You know what? This is trash, but I have to keep it. I'd feel bad about myself if I threw it away. You know, like I tarnished something sacred. One more thing, and then I'll let you go. There's the thing that I hate the most is actually part of a jewel case. Is actually part of a jewel case. And let me see if I can find one, because it might take a second. But what I hate the most about CD packaging is two CDs in one package. I know where to find one, and I hate for this to be the one that I pull out because I really like Dive Bomb records. I honestly feel like they're, you know, one of the best repress labels out there, you know, and but I really don't like this. You know, at first glance it's a regular CD, but then you open it up and here we go. It's two CDs and one, right? These things are so fragile. I can't even tell you how many times I've had to replace one of these things. And usually I end up just having it just like be broken and just have to flip it over, and so much so that I refuse to buy 2-in-1 CDs anymore. And the only reason I have this one, you know, is because the second album, Pray, it's just way too expensive for me. It's so I had to have this, but not really a big fan of that. Oh, I really should make a list, like a list during these videos, so seem like I'm leading you on. You're like, oh my god, I just got to get off this video. He's talking too much. But one more thing about Digipaks. They take up way too much room. I have, I'll get out of the way for you. If you look, I have a pretty easygoing system. I can pull CDs out and just scoot things over real easy. If you've got those, which, I mean, if you still got one of those things, but if you've got those little plastic ones with dividers, I mean, Digipaks, you might as well be fucked, you know? But this is probably the worst offender in my whole collection. And it's Judas Priest's Nostradamus. This won't fit anywhere. This is absolutely garbage. How big it is, and also it's got, once again, these little paper things that scratch the shit out of your CDs. I mean, I don't understand why companies would be like, oh, we'll just make it paper, you know, it'll guard your CD. No, it doesn't. It scratches it every time you move it in and out. So, like, good luck fucking having pristine looking CDs with one of these motherfuckers. And also, you know what? If you like to keep your CDs in order, like I do, I like to keep mine in alphabetical and chronological. Then, I mean, you know, good luck getting this to fit anywhere. I mean, if you look, motherfucker's taller than, like, it's taller than it won't fit. So I have to throw it in there and just be like, oh, no, it's just chill in there. So that's really all I have to say. I really prefer standard jewel case. And if you're in a band and you're thinking, well, you know, we can do Digipaks, you know, a lot of people think it's cool, just don't. Because CD collectors nowadays like jewel cases. And I think I'm in a consensus with the whole community of CD collectors that we abhor Digipaks. And I'm sure I haven't even given all the reasons not to like them. But besides, they get tore up so easily, they fall apart, they don't fit in with the collection well. You know, they can even damage your other CDs from, you know, like that metal one I have. It's just a horrible plague upon the CD market. And that's all I have to say. I give Digipaks a 0 out of 10.